Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining me for the next installment of our Bitcoin news brief here at Bitcoin Summer. I am Brian. We're going to hop right into it. I wanted to do a follow-up on what I was discussing during the last brief, and if you wanted to check that out, that is up on the YouTube page. Yesterday, it was announced that this billing tech provider, Allied Payment, is going to be offering customers the ability to buy and hold Bitcoin. I don't know this company. I don't think they're publicly traded, but they are also going to be holding Bitcoin on their corporate balance sheet. So this went by a little bit under the radar, probably because it's a smaller company, private. So who are they? I had to look them up. They are a payment technology company, and now we're starting to see the game theory as far as payment companies play out. I talked about last time Jack Mallers' announcement for the Strike app to be able to buy and hold Bitcoin on their app finally, and that's a person-to-person app, and so they provide that as well, probably not on such a large scale as Strike app does it. But they also do e-billing and business-to-business, account-to-account. So what we're starting to see is this game theory. Companies are watching the Bitcoin play with their peers move lightning speed beyond them, and they're not going to want to get left behind. So they're jumping on board. They're calling Nydig up, and that's who facilitated this whole deal. And Nydig's been onboarding banks for their clients to be able to buy and hold Bitcoin for many months now, and it's only accelerating. And by the sounds of it, any interview that I've seen with the executives at Nydig, we're only going to see this accelerate. And just last week, we're going to be seeing 650 banks with the ability of Bitcoin being rolled out. And this is just monumental, I think. Let's see here. Is that even? Yeah, so 650 banks, and that's going to spread out to around 24 million total U.S. customers. That's a huge uptick of new potential users on the Bitcoin network. And that's articles from Forbes. So interesting. We're going to keep an eye on that here on Bitcoin Summer. Let's move right along. I wanted to give an update on the mining difficulty adjustment that we saw on the 3rd of July. And there was some estimates it might even top 30%. It didn't quite come out over 30%, but just under it, 28% basically. I mean, essentially 30% difficulty adjustment downwards. So miners are having an easier time clearing those blocks. So transaction fees have plummeted, and we saw, let's check out the mempool here. Here's the transactions waiting. We saw this go dramatically down. It's pretty busy right now, actually, which is a good sign. I mean, we're seeing some nice transaction activity, sort of ramping up here, but we're not quite out of the woods as far as a downward difficulty adjustment goes. Some are predicting that we'll see another adjustment downwards. I guess it all depends on how the next couple weeks go and the next 2016 blocks. So Hashrate has recovered, as you can see. So Hashrate bounces dramatically up and down. So what is usually done is an average over a certain time period is usually taken, and we're hovering around 98, and we saw that dropped almost to 60, which was levels that we haven't seen since 2019. So I pulled up the hash rate chart here on Glassnode, and as you can see, just even from a week or two ago, we've been seeing it slowly steady. There was a drop, and now we're up, average-wise, we're up around that 100 hash rate level. Quite a nice recovery here. And we will continue to see miners, the exodus from China. We're going to continue seeing them setting up their shop in other countries across the world, and particularly in Kazakhstan and the United States. So yeah, as you can see here, we're watching the blocks come in, taking the, well, not too bad actually, but last one took a half hour. We're trying to reach that 10-minute level for each block, and today we're getting a lot of transactions. So, and we can see here, hash rate is not quite at optimal level. We want to see it kind of rising back up to that 100 level. So let's jump into the episode here. You are going to be listening to, today we're going to release part 3 and part 4 of Jay and my Bitcoin intro discussion. And it's a great resource for your friends and family that might not know anything about Bitcoin, or just know, or just are interested in Bitcoin. And I did want to point out, we still have our contest going for this beautiful 4th of July themed node Nook. So you can put your node in this cubby and keep the cords out and out of sight and protected. And it has a cool logo on the back there and a cool Bitcoin B on the front. And my picture might be backwards, but I guarantee you this is the correct, this is definitely the right way. So that's really awesome. We're giving that away for free. We're paying for the shipping. Go onto our Twitter at BitSummerRip, and you can see all the details on a pinned tweet there. So let's jump right into part 3 of 4 of our intro to Bitcoin.